Welcome back, Woodwork Geek here again. Quick little project this time, a couple of board stands. So I use these for putting the end grain boards on just to make sure that there's airflow around both sides, help prevent cupping. The stands themselves are made out of a bit of oak worktop. So you can see here I just cut off a square and then I'm drawing on the pattern for the stand. You need to make sure there's enough of an upright to lay the board back, but not too much of an upright that it makes it unstable. This particular design was for a friend and they wanted an extra wide base on it so that they could hold multiple chopping boards, not just one chopping board. Once you've got the pattern drawn out, I just take the worktop over to the bandsaw and then I rough out all of the kind of cuts on the bandsaw. So I try and get some of the waste material off for the rounded edges as well, just to make it a little bit easier on the disc sander. Next is the disc sander. So you can see here I'm just rounding off those corners and smoothing up as many edges. You can see there I forgot to put the extraction on, so just doing that. And the key is to try and get it as smooth as possible, so that once you've kind of cut it in half, you've got the least amount of sanding possible. The good thing about this project is you can do it in under an hour. It's not a long or time consuming project. The key is just making sure the shape is right so that the stand is stable when the board is on there. Here you can see I'm just setting up to halve the stand, so you get two kind of stands from one piece of 41mm worktop, so they're about 18-19 millimeters wide by the time you've sanded them down. Next I take the kind of stands through the drum sander just so that I can get them all perfectly flat. That does leave lines, so the drum sander isn't a perfect finish. So after the drum sander I then move on to the Rotax. After the Rotax, well, I started with the Rotax but I found it was a bit too aggressive. It was trying to make the stand spin, so I swapped from the Rotax to the RTS 400 and that was much better, so I managed to get a decent sand all round, as you'll see. Normally for these stands I make them a little bit thicker so there's a little bit more surface area for the board to sit on, but these turned out just fine. It means they don't really need to be kind of 25mm thick, which is kind of what I have been making them. With all kind of sanding, you kind of have to make sure you just take all the edges off and leave it smooth. I don't over sand these, so they're not sanded to 320 or anything like that. I just sand them down to about 120. You can see here I'm just removing the little bit of material that was left from the bandsaw in that tight corner there, just to flush that up and get it so that it's perfect. The hardest bit to sand is that kind of bit to the left of the chisel there, because that's not quite wide enough for the sander to fit in, so you end up having to sand that by hand. So the more accurate you can be with the bandsaw along there, the easier it'll be at sanding time. I really should find a better way of doing that. See here, just using a block to try and keep that bottom flat. So the key is making sure that both of those pieces are symmetrical, because otherwise the board won't fit symmetrically on the stands. So just trying to keep the same material taken off of each piece, just so that it's uniform. Next is my favourite bit, apply and finish. So as with all of my projects, I use Osmos top hole. So I find it's a real kind of easy to apply, hard working kind of finish. It's food safe, it dries quickly, it's easy to apply. The only thing is it's not the cheapest thing in the world to buy, but you get what you pay for. And here you have the finished article. So one pair of board stands ready to go. As you can see, I put the board on here and it sits in, and you've got enough space at the front there just to store some additional boards, which is what the customer was looking for. Hope you like this. If you did and you prefer these shorter videos to the long ones, let me know. If I've done something wrong, let me know. See you on the next one.